Hi everybody, Tendo here. I wanted to make this quick video because I'd seen a few comments on my one cyclistic data analytics video that people asked the same question a few times regarding where they need to go to add their data set on Kaggle. So I decided I'd just make this quick video just as an explainer, and I'll link it to the original project video, so that way, you know, if you get stuck and you're looking for the answer, and maybe you can use this video as a reference. So let's take a look, and I'll show you what I did when I created and completed my program. So of course, once you've logged into Kaggle, you get the regular home page, and all you need is is really just to do a cursory search for it, and that's pretty much all you'll need to do. So what I typically would do was I actually just head to datasets first. So of course there is that create button there that allows you to create a notebook, which is what we're going to be doing. But instead, this actually works a little bit easier because it's all done in-house. So click datasets, right? So we are looking for these specific datasets. So I'd already typed it in, but Divi Chicago bicycle sharing data. So there's obviously a few different people who've done their own program, or rather project, using the data set. So this is the best part about it, is that you can take a look at everyone's version of it in terms of their projects, but also, you know, what they did with the data. So let's take a look at this person here who created their own project using the data set, and here we can take a look at the actual data, right? So they may have transformed the data themselves. It seems like they did. They also, all right, maybe not this person. So let's back away slowly, and I'll just choose, I think it was Divi Chicago. I literally was looking at it just earlier right now. I think this one works as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, let's take a look at the data. Yes, here we go. We got a great data set there. Boom, boom, boom. So this is how the data actually is represented in a snapshot. So if you say you were using R, this is typically how you would want to look at the data, because of course, before you decide or even begin to manipulate and analyze the data, you need to understand what the data structures look like. Is the data actually, you know, legible? Is it actually filled in correctly? Are there weird sort of things happening? So as you can see, this is why you do take a look, because not every entry is captured equally. So we have some empty spots here, right? So the station where maybe one of these bikes was taken from, there isn't any listing, but the station where it was left has a listing. So those things can definitely impact the data itself, because now you don't really have a full record of that actual occurrence. So of course you also want to make sure things like the streets, because of course these might be important for the analysis, and if you are actually making this project for a business and they need to really know geography, it's important to have that. There's also making sure that the actual time is correct and it's in the correct format. So sorry, let me just scroll over here. So the format of the time needs to make sense, right? You want to have your date stamps with the year, month, day, and it should be standard throughout, depending on what is decided, right? It could be any other date format, but the date format needs to be consistent. These are really important things to take a look at before you start, because if those aren't done or those aren't looked at, you will find yourself doing a lot more work. So this looks pretty legible. It looks great. Of course, this is just more so a snapshot. So you also want to make sure, because this is a large data set, it's just under a gig here. So these are all the different months that the data had been tracked throughout this series. So this is obviously your database that you will use. So because we do like this, next thing you do, and all you need to do really, is just click the new notebook button, right? You do have a download button if you are using your own third-party program to process your data. So if you are using RStudio, you definitely would need to use this. So you just would click download, it would go to your download folder, and you would be able to upload it and install it onto your RStudio. If not, and you want to use Kaggle, which I do suggest because it just makes it easier, it's all in-house, you simply click new notebook. It'll take you to a brand new page, right? And this is your new notebook here. And this is obviously your this is your code sort of notebook, your Juniper notebook sort of style, and that way you're able to obviously code everything that you need, that you'll be using the data for. And you also have the ability to use Markdown, of course, and that's mainly for using it's the explainers or when you are actually describing paragraphs, things like that, that would be your Markdown. But the thing to check here is literally just on the right side. It's where your data sets or input tab is, and like we have just done, because we paired it or connected it, we've created a new notebook with all the data already preloaded. So you won't even need to go about moving anything around. It's all set there. It's all connected to this notebook. So anytime you call through this notebook, it should show up. So hopefully this has helped you all. Definitely send any more messages if you need any more sort of insights into how things sort of run on Kaggle, or rather just how the program or project itself gets broken down or put together rather. So yeah, thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll hope to see you soon.